I think Big Boss 14 has given me that visibility. Now wherever I go, trust me, any part of the world, not just India, the remotest areas, everybody recognizes me. रोज 5-10 ऑडिशंस के लिए आप जाते हो, you face rejections every day coming back home where you don't have money in your account, you don't have food, you have 2 frozen parathas maybe to eat, or you can afford like a 10 rupee pack of Maggie. So that time depression, and I started feeling maybe I don't look good. I'm a guy with great sense of humor, smiling, good friend, but that loss has really affected me somewhere. Trust me, it has taken. I came here in 2012, almost 10 years
Yes.
of struggle, working hard day and night, and not being unstoppable to find a small house for myself. हाँ, शादी कब हो रही है, बट शादी अभी तो कभी नहीं हो रही है, मतलब 4-5 साल तक तो नहीं हो रही है.
Hello everyone, this is Avinash Lohana and you're watching Pinkwilla. There's a lot that I can say about our guest today. She's smart, she's gorgeous, she's talented. पर उनकी सबसे अच्छी बात यह है कि वो दिल से बात करती है जो दिल तक पहुंचती है. Yes, you've guessed it right. I'm talking about Jasmine Bhasin. Hi Jasmine.
Hi, thank you for having me here.
We are very honored to have you here. And you know, right from my introduction, where what I said कि आप दिल से कहती है और आप दिल से बात करती है जो दिल तक पहुंचती है, which is very true about you. पर कई बार कुछ स्ट्रेट फॉरवर्डनेस एक एरोगेंस की तरह भी लिया जाता है. आपके साथ हुआ है कभी ऐसा?
Yes. हर कोई हर चीज़ एक्सेप्ट नहीं कर सकता है, बट मैं ऐसी हूँ कि जो है सो है वो बोल देती हूँ. तो जो नहीं एक्सेप्ट कर पाता उन्हें एरोगेंस लग जाती है, और जो एक्सेप्ट कर लेते हैं they understand that this is how I am. So yeah, a lot of people think, but I am not. और honestly, किसी को कभी बुरा लगता है, मैं आगे बढ़ के apologize भी कर लेती हूँ. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to be arrogant. This is how I felt. I was just being honest.
Sure. पर आपको do you get this a lot?
Now, because I've started thinking before talking, so little less, but earlier, yes, I used to get this a lot.
Sure. Did you always want to become an actor?
No, I never thought that I'll become an actor, and neither do I come from that background where बहुत फिल्में देखी जाती हो और ये हो. It just happened. It was destined to be. This was destiny's call.
Sure, but how did it happen then?
It happened because I was doing a course in hospitality. I was doing my training with 5-star hotels in Jaipur and Delhi. So somebody happened to see me, and उन्होंने मुझे बोला कि आप शूट करेंगी, हमारा एक कैंपेन है, so just for some extra money, and that time I said okay, I will do it. उससे पहले as a college student to अपना रेंट जुगाड़ने के लिए, मैं ऐसे कोई जयपुर में लोकल मूवी शूट्स होते थे तो क्राउड वगैरह बन जाती थी, तो मैंने बोला ठीक है संडे को शूट कर लेंगे. I didn't know it was a big campaign. So it was a big campaign. My pictures were everywhere on the hoardings, newspapers, and everybody. I suddenly got so much attention because I grew up as this ugly, dark chick.
No.
So, and I was like, what is this? And then suddenly I started getting a lot of calls for modeling. So I thought I'll give it a try. While doing modeling, somebody called me for a South movie audition. I went and gave that audition. I got through that, and that's how it started.
Lovely. आपने टीवी में डेली सोप्स किए हैं,
जी.
आपने रियलिटी शोज किए हैं, खतरों के खिलाड़ी पहले किया आपने, फिर आपने बिग बॉस 14 किया. क्या चेंज हुआ आपके करियर में बिग बॉस 14 के बाद?
I think Big Boss 14 has given me that visibility. Now wherever I go, trust me, any part of the world, not just India, the remotest areas, everybody recognizes me. I am getting so much love. Of course, the journey was difficult. Reaching the stage where I'm only getting love was also difficult, but it has changed my life totally.
Sure. इनफैक्ट मैंने आपका एक इंटरव्यू पढ़ा जहाँ पर आपने ये भी बात की कि अराउंड बिग बॉस 14 आप काफ़ी स्ट्रगल भी कर रही थी एंजाइटी से, डिप्रेशन से, बिकॉज कई रिजेक्शंस भी आ रहे थे. When you look back at that time today, when you're doing so well for yourself today, and congratulations for it, how do you feel?
I feel great because I know I've earned it, because the journey was very difficult. I've always been all alone by myself. when I look back and think, oh my God, how come I didn't give up? What was inside me that always kept me going? Because trust me, from being born to sitting here, I've always by myself on my own, and it has been a very, very difficult journey. Trust me, I've
Sure.
seen all kinds of ups and downs, all kinds of good and bad, and I know how to deal with everything now, and I really feel proud of myself that I'm still standing tall and strong and to face more in life.
Sure. पर वो फेस क्या था जब आपने कहा कि आपको डिप्रेशन हो रहा था?
See, before I started my career in television, I moved to Bombay and I had no clue about Bombay, okay? And I am the sole earning member for my family. I can't go back home. I've left home. I have to make it. So रोज 5-10 auditions के लिए आप जाते हो. You face rejections every day coming back home where you don't have money in your account. You don't have food. You have 2 frozen paranthas maybe to eat, or you can afford like a 10 rupee pack of Maggi. So that time depression, and I started feeling maybe I don't look good, maybe I don't know, maybe it's not meant to be, and why did I do this? I started self-questioning me. So that phase was very, very bad. Yeah.
Sure. Self-doubt in itself is a very difficult phase, right?
Yeah. One thing that I learned from that phase is never self-doubt yourself, because time ऊपर नीचे होता है, but आप अपने आप में confidence रखोगे तो things definitely work out.
Sure. In fact, मैंने एक शो देखा जहाँ पे आपने ये भी कहा कि आपने you were 17 or 18 when you started modeling, और आपने कहा कि उस टाइम पे बहुत लोगों ने आपको बोला कि आप skinny हैं, you don't look desirable. These are very hard things to hear.
Yeah. The thing is, yes, I've groomed myself definitely over years, but not because people told me, because I wanted to work on myself, and there's always scope to get better. That's why जब उस टाइम मुझे लोग बोलते, पता नहीं, I think मैं शायद नेचर से ढीठ हूँ, मुझे कोई कुछ भी बोलता मैं बोलती थी ओके, क्योंकि मेरे बैक ऑफ द माइंड में ही रहता था कि मुझे तो ट्राई करते रहना, आपने रिजेक्ट कर दिया, आपने रिजेक्ट कर दिया, आपने कर दिया, कोई तो एक्सेप्ट करेगा ही. So I could never give up. And somebody also told me one thing which really worked for me, helped me go through all this is, someone told me, Jasmine, जितने लोग मिलेंगे उतनी opinion होगी. You don't have to change yourself according to people. Be what you like.
That's true.
Yeah. So I've always been how I like.
Sure. But body shaming is a reality. अपने business में बहुत होता है. Social media पे आजकल बहुत rules के हिसाब से भी आता है. आप इससे कैसे battle करती हैं?
I think now I'm in that phase that I don't care about anything else except my own happiness, my family's happiness, and people who are around me. As long as we are happy, I don't care about anybody's opinion. I've reached that stage in life.
Sure. Let's talk about your successes. And just before the interview, we were talking about you have bought a new house, you're shifting into it. Tell me about this phase. How does it feel to own your own house?
It feels really good. I feel like, okay, I always wanted to always live in Bombay. I love this city. This city has given me everything that I have today. So I feel okay. अब मैं मुंबईकर हूँ. I have a place I have a permanent address.
Yeah.
And trust me, it has taken. I came here in 2012, almost 10 years.
Yes.
Of struggle, working hard day and night, and not being unstoppable to find a small house for myself.
Touch wood, more power to you.
Thank
you. Music videos is also a very important part of your career now. You're doing a lot of them of late. Recently, one of with Mohsin Khan was released. Lovely video.
Thank you.
Do you enjoy this phase of music videos, or you want to get into more of acting?
Of course, honestly, I am missing acting. I'm dying to get back to acting, you know, क्योंकि मैं तो actor हूँ, मुझे तो उसी में मजा आता है playing that new character.
Yeah.
The last fiction role I did was Nagin. उसके बाद से I've been doing reality और काफी 2-3 साल हो गए. So I am dying to get back to acting, and which will happen now in January. But I'm really enjoying music videos. It's a lot of fun, and it's different, which I have not done. And touchwood, I've worked with all great people. Great, people who have made music, who have sung the song, great co-actors, great team. Really enjoying the phase, but I think now I'm going to take a small break.
Sure. So, break from music videos, right? And then?
No, just a break for myself. December, because January I know I have to get back to work, so I want to be all reboot and recharged.
कहाँ जा रही हैं आप न्यू ईयर के लिए?
I might go to London if the pandemic doesn't hit us again.
Yeah,
I'm not sure about it.
Sure. एक टाइम था जब आपका और अली का रिलेशनशिप पे ज़्यादा फोकस रहता था, काम पे कम. अब वो चेंज हो रहा है. Are you happy about that?
I am very happy about it because both of us are very strong individuals जो
Sure.
इस शहर में काम करने आए थे to have an identity of ourselves which was our priority, which is our priority and which will always be our priority because both of us are very ambitious and our work means everything to us, so that's why I'm very happy about it, and this is
Yeah.
how I wanted to people just talk to us about our work.
Absolutely. And you know, I have known Ali since the start of his career, one of the most hardworking boys I have seen.
Very.
And you know, you and him make an adorable pair. What stage of relationship are you guys in right now? I'm sure बहुत लोग पूछते होंगे शादी कब हो रही है.
हाँ शादी कब हो रही है, बट शादी अभी तो कभी नहीं हो रही है, मतलब 4-5 साल तक तो नहीं हो रही है easily because both of us have still not reached that goal where we think okay now we can just give our complete time to each other, invest in each other. So we are just investing in career. And what stage of relationship? We're in a very happy, stable stage where both of us really empower each other. Like he gives me strength, he's like my backbone, I am his. There is insane amount of understanding and love, and it's great.
Insane amount of love and travel also.
Little bit. Because when we are in Bombay, we don't end up meeting each other.
Really?
Trust me, because he stays far, I am here. We have our own schedules of our gym, our meetings, our shoot,
Sure.
and then we get tired. We just want to go back home and sleep because it's very hectic. So then we decide, okay, 2 days, let's go here. At least we'll be able to spend some time with. Abhi also he's there for a wedding. I'm busy shifting. So ऐसा ही शहर है ये, साथ होके भी साथ नहीं रह पाते.
सही बात है. You mentioned you all have some goals. What are these goals that you all have for yourself?
The goals are to reach a stage where we are not worried about when you start a family, when people get married, when they live with families, there is certain amount of investment of time and love and warmth that goes in.
Yeah.
And then आपकी जो priorities हैं वो divide हो जाती हैं. So when we are doing that, we don't feel guilty कि हम अपने profession को उतना time नहीं दे पा रहे हैं. So right now we just don't want to compromise on anything, just concentrate on profession. So अब पता नहीं कितना टाइम लगेगा to reach that stability, professional stability, and then we'll think about it.
बहुत जल्द होएगा. I'm praying all the good vibes go out in the universe.
Thank you so much.
Big Boss 15 follow कर रही हैं आप?
I was in between. Yeah, थोड़ा मतलब of course it's everywhere. So yeah.
Who is your favorite contestant? Who are you rooting for?
Honestly, I'll tell you, I will not take a name or favorite because I don't have a favorite as of now.
Sure.
I really don't have. And also I've lived that journey. I know कि सब बहुत struggle कर रहे हैं कहीं ना कहीं, किसी ना किसी का struggle, किसी का हम ज़्यादा notice करते हैं, किसी का कम हो रहा है, किसी का कम हम notice करते हैं क्योंकि अंदर ही अंदर इंसान ना वहाँ बहुत चीज़ों से गुजरता है. तो favorites कोई नहीं है honestly, but ठीक है, entertaining है. अभी राखी, देवलीना, राशि भी रश्मि भी गए हैं, so it's fun.
आपके सीजन में एक स्पेशल पार्ट था, वो था सीनियर्स आए थे शो में, और एक थे सिद्धार्थ शुक्ला, वो वी लॉस्ट दिस ईयर अनफॉर्चुनेटली. कुछ दिनों में उनका बर्थडे आ रहा है. हाउ डू यू रिमेंबर हिम टुडे?
See, he was we worked together, and for me it still becomes difficult to process his death. Day before yesterday only मैं YouTube पे कुछ देख रही थी and suddenly his video from the last series that he did अपने आप play होनी शुरू हो गई with that song. I remember him, a guy with great sense of humor, smiling, a good friend, but that loss has really affected me somewhere.
Please take a moment.
I don't talk about him because I'm still processing it.
All of us, it was so sudden and it still feels unreal.
Yeah. And also it left us with a great message, if we can get it, that life is very unpredictable. Be the best version of yourself, don't hold grudges, be kind. in whatever ways you can be, because we never know what is going to happen to us.
You're very kind. I know that, I can vouch for it.
Thanks.
Last सवाल, acting, जैसे आपने कहा you miss acting now, and I'm sure you're getting a lot of film offers as well. क्या हो रहा है उस stage पे? Will we see you in a film soon?
Fingers crossed, hopefully we should, because when I started my modeling career in Bombay, I used to get a lot of film offers, but then I had few limitations, which I still have. And then I got into television, where I got great success, and whatever I have is because of television. Now, yes, after Bigg Boss, again I've started getting a lot of calls. I'm in the process of, listening scripts now. Auditions से scripts सुनने वाला phase आ गया है.
Touch wood.
So touch wood, yeah. But I also somewhere understand that people who love me, who are responsible for my growth, मैं यहाँ से जहाँ तक पहुँचूँ, they also expect something from me, and I have to be very careful in whatever I do next, because it would be a thank you to those people who have made me reach here where I am.
Yeah.
So I'm being very choosy, and hopefully January onwards I will start shooting, and then I'll announce what I'm shooting for. But yes, there is a movie on cards, a regional one maybe.
Wow.
And there are a couple of web series also if the dates work out.
Lovely. I can't wait to see that and everything else.
Yeah,
that
so
you're doing
you'll
in
see
the
me doing
future.
very different stuff.
I can't wait. I can't wait to see that.
I can't wait to get back to acting.
Very soon.
Exactly,
But
yeah.
thank you so much, Jasmine. This was a lovely conversation.
Same here. Thank you.
Thank
Thank you
you.
so much. Thanks. Hi, I'm Jasmine Bhasin, and if you like this video, please like, share, and subscribe to Pink Villa.